having so much fun taking you on a tour of Blue Ridge this week, and the fun is far from over. We've taken you to Oyster Bamboo, we paid a visit to the Four Elements Fine Art and Framing, but now we're getting a little bit hungry, so we're going to pop into the sweet shop and give our sweet tooth a treat. So when you come inside the sweet shop, a couple of things are going to hit you first, right off the bat. One is the wonderful smell, as you can imagine. The second is probably going to be the sound of laughter, because this is a happy place. And the other is a big smile from Nikki Whitaker and her business partner, Susan. And then you're going to glance over here at your wall of fame.
Yes,
good to see ya.
it's nice to see you.
I am so in love with your story.
Aw.
Because it all starts with friendship. That was kind of
Yes.
unexpected.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll let you start.
So Susan and I, we pretty much met each other, started talking over a diet, which obviously we don't contribute to anymore.
The irony, right?
And then basically just decided to go into business with one another.
So you were doing one thing out of your house, she was doing another out of her house. She had grown up with a mom who was an amazing baker down in Monticello. You had your own background with it. 3 months, do I have this right, after joining forces to open the sweet shop.
Yep.
Susan is not one to be timid.
No, to say the least.
She submitted y'all to be a part of that great show, The Cupcake Wars,
Yep.
and the rest was history.
Absolutely. We were 3 months later, once we opened, we were on Cupcake Wars. We were filming Cupcake Wars. It took them 5 months to edit and do all of the things that they do for it to come out. We came in second on that first time. The very next day after it aired, they called us back and asked us to come back, and we went on and we won.
So you know how I said that when you come in, you'll hear laughter? Y'all are funny people.
Oh
So
my gosh.
when you submitted that first entry, you did your own homework and you thought, well, we're not going to be boring. So you did a fun little storytelling video that hooked them right away.
Absolutely. So, like you said, we did a little research and we realized that everybody stood and said, "Hi, I'm Nikki Whitaker," and we were like, no, we can't do that. So the long and the short of the video, and you can see that on our website, is we were arrested, taken to jail for having the best cupcakes in the country. And we had my mother, who at that time was working for us, came over and seduced them away from the jail cell. And we broke out, we jumped the train, and we went to LA.
So they were voted the best in the country. The first go around, they were a second, but then when you went back the second time, you did win.
Yes.
What I
Yes.
love about it is that we've been talking about coming up here to Blue Ridge and the community that
Right.
is here. Boy, did that community show, because the line out the door was crazy the first time.
Yep.
The mayor was in the kitchen with you helping.
Yes.
The sheriff was going to the grocery store
Yes,
for you.
yes, absolutely.
It's like Mayberry.
Yes, it was, you know, to be born and raised in this community, and just to have everybody around you that you know that loves and supports you, honestly, it'll get you a little teary-eyed at times. And yes, we had the mayor coming in. She was like, "What do I need to do?" We said, "Jump in and help wherever." Yeah. The sheriff said, "Oh my gosh, who has died? What has happened?" And we were like, "Nobody, just go to the grocery store." and he did.
So I know I can't just talk to you about the backstory, because the current story now are the faces that come in, and the moms and dads and the kids who stand for a long time trying to figure out what they're going to choose when they're here. I couldn't do it, Nikki. Look at the magic you create every day.
Well, you know, it's crazy, because I would love to take all of the credit to be able to say that I produce all of this and make sure that, you know, everybody knows that, you know, it's all me and Susan. It's not. It's not. We have the absolute most amazing staff. I have had, or we rather have had, people that have worked for us for 8 years. I've got people back there right now that's been here for over 3 years. I mean, you know, we have an amazing staff, and we cannot take any of the credit.
Well, that says a lot. I do want to ask you a little bit about the inventory.
Okay.
You mentioned that if you were going to buy something, red velvet would not necessarily be your go-to thing. It would be my go-to thing.
Yeah.
I remember my mother making red velvet cake for my brother, and that the key, she would always say, was in the icing. You
Yes.
had to make the icing just right.
Yes.
Y'all were not happy initially with your red velvet. You broke it down
Yes.
and created a masterpiece now.
So when we first got together, we had some really pretty amazing recipes, and so what we decided was we want perfect recipes. So our red velvet just wasn't perfect. So we decided to strip it down to, you know, what exactly is this? Look at all of, you know, Paula Deen's and all of the big people to make sure that we were doing it perfectly. And what we came up with is pretty amazing, I have to say. And we do make our icing from scratch every single day.
And it does make a difference.
Yes, it does.
You mentioned Paula Deen. I mentioned earlier the Wall of Fame, so I can't not bring this in at least a little bit.
Okay.
We'll do some name dropping.
Yeah.
There you are
Yep.
with Paula Deen. Zach
Yes.
Brown
Yep.
has been in the store.
Yes.
When you were in LA, you had a chance to meet somebody from Big Time Rush.
Big Time Rush. Yep. I can't remember his name specifically, but he was, as you can see, he was pretty in awe of our cupcakes.
The Duck Dynasty factors into the show because while you want the community to be a part of you, y'all have been a part of the community.
Oh, yes.
There was a little girl here who was part of Make-A-Wish that factored in with Duck
Yes.
Dynasty, a relationship there.
Yeah, she
formed.
wanted to, one of her greatest wishes was to have a tea party like Uncle Si did on the show, and she wanted to do it with the tiara and the boa and all that stuff. So, you know, we just said, what's it gonna hurt to call and ask? And they absolutely said, yes ma'am, come on down. And we took them, and it was a ball.
I think it is so much fun to know the story kind of behind the success. You were very quick to tell me that this is a God thing.
Oh, yes.
And it makes you teary-eyed, so I
Yes.
don't want you to cry on TV. But please think about coming. Don't think about your diet. She and Susan threw theirs out the window.
11 years ago.
And look how happy she is. So come make your choice. Think about trying the red velvet. For sure, get a cupcake.
Absolutely.
And fall in love with them here at the Sweet Shop in
Yes.
Blue Ridge. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Fun.